Streets, New York, N-Y, east to west, west to east, New York City streets, where we be at, yeah, let's go. All people in the streets of our city, all people in the streets of New York, yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Streets in New York. We're with Gio. First off, Gio, what do you like best about the city?
What I like best about the city is basically that there's all types of culture out here, all types of lives of people.
It's the best place in the world, number one.
It's a whole city of like madness.
It's just raw, like, because New York City's raw, so you gotta skate raw to keep up with it, you know?
I think the skateboard scene is actually good. It's growing a lot compared to where it was like 5 or 6 years ago.
We got little kids like Kevin Tierney and Tajri Amin who are trying to do it, you know? Louis Tolentino and Danny Falla.
They got good skate parks, good street spots, kind of rough, but you know, it's fun stuff.
It's definitely not necessary to have a car in New York City.
You know, you can catch the subway or you can skate from spot to spot.
What I like best about New York is, number one, you could eat 24 hours a day here, no stress. I know all the best food spots, whatever you want, pasta 4 in the morning, filet mignon, whatever you want, we can get it.
What up? Josh Kalis in Flushing Meadows, New York City.
Flushing is like, it's almost like a skate plaza. It's like, it's almost like a New York City love park to me. You know, it's you can go there, skate all day. The best flat ground.
Flushing? Stomping grounds, dude. It has plenty to offer to this day. Like, not everything has been done there, you know?
Flushing is dope. The Great Ledge. There's like Manny's. That place is butters, yo.
If we ever had an equivalent to the Embarcadero in San Francisco, that would be Flushing Meadow.
Flushing, I like Flushing a lot because it's cool. It's more or less a place where you can really go and learn your basic tricks and just, you know, smooth ground, an area to where it's mostly skateboarders and stuff like that, so where you can actually just practice, you know, it's not just about leaping off of something.
You can skate Flushing at night till a certain hour. You might want to call like a local skater that can like kind of like look at the spot from their building, you know, and see if the lights are on.
What I don't like about it is that you definitely got to travel a long way to get something to eat or drink, unless you don't have those hot dog girls there.
Flushing Meadow Park, the best spot in the world. I heard Eli switch ollied the stairs over there. I want to see the footage, the ledges, Flushing Meadow, all the videos. You can see Men in Black's got footage in there. Everybody, that's the spot, baby. We have barbecues out there.
Puerto Rico.
Midtown's cool. It's not as good as it used to be with all the security and stuff, but I mean, it's just plazas everywhere. Marble. I mean, you don't even have to stay at one skate spot. You can just cruise from block to block and hit all these plazas and hit these ledges, and every ledge is different. And it's weird that there's still brand new ledges there that nobody even skates.
Super bust. I don't even know when you can go and get stuff done there. Hit or miss, you get lucky. You know, you go skate. It's fun to just go cruise around and get kicked out of everywhere sometimes, you know?
The majority of the spots in Midtown are a bust, but there's so many spots that you could just skate a spot for 2 minutes and then you get kicked out, and then you just skate a block away and then you find something else to skate.
Time you're able to hit Uptown and Midtown sometime around after midnight.
Midtown, Radio City Music Hall, all the ledges. It's mostly ledge heaven over there.
Brooklyn's where it's at, man. So much stuff in Brooklyn, unseen stuff. You go skate Brooklyn, you don't really ever have to worry like getting hassled by anyone. You just skate, do your thing.
There's too many spots in Brooklyn. Brooklyn is a whole nother world over there.
Brooklyn, I love Brooklyn, you know, it's just because it's a lot of culture there, and plus it's a lot of untouched, you know, skate spots. You know, a lot of skaters, you know, don't really go to Brooklyn. You know, some of them are scared of the areas, or some of them just scared of the word Brooklyn.
You have to know where to go. You have to know exactly what it is. You gotta also know the atmosphere you're gonna get yourself involved in. Not out there, you know, a lot of people ain't friendly towards skateboarders, you know? It's something new they see, and then it's kind of something like you're kind of like infiltrating on their neighborhood. So you gotta usually watch your bag, and you always gotta be looking over your shoulder. And for a skater to do that, you're trying to get in the zone, and at the same time watch for some eggs flying at them.
Brooklyn is like crazy loading docks and like rugged spots.
There's lots of little cutty spots, but you got to know how to get there, and you probably need a car.
Dumbo area's got a lot to offer.
There's also the Tylenol Bowl in Brooklyn. There's also like various street spots, nooks and crannies all over the borough. You just have to search.
We got Williamsburg, KCDC Skate Shop, great skate shop over there. Have a mini ramp. You know, and you got a lot of like skater-made spots, like Bobby. You know, you gotta get in contact with Bobby for that one.
Bobby out there like lurking hard with a beard or something. Homeboy, somebody needs to shave Bobby Puglia. money making Manhattan. I mean, that joint, you know, Manhattan is dope. That's why I grew up skating. It's dope.
There's a lot of stuff in Manhattan. A lot of it's like, you know, stuff you've seen for years and years. You can still go skate.
Probably the majority of the skateboard coverage that you'll see is shot in Manhattan.
Manhattan's where I usually spend most of my time when I skate here, and there's plazas everywhere. And I mean, you get thrown out, but I mean, you at least get 10 minutes pretty much anywhere you want to skate, and marble and granite, and it's a street skater's playground.
Downtown Manhattan is quite a buzz nowadays, you know, for the tragedy of 9/11. It's very hard for you to actually kind of like arrive and get warmed up and actually go for something. You actually already have to have that mindset of already throwing down, getting a hammer together instantly, because you're usually there for 5 minutes and you're kicked off by the next.
Downtown Manhattan, that's really where most of the time we're skating, we're hanging, you know. It's more of the big building, so, you know, it's a lot more to skate.
Manhattan is the Mecca, man. It's New York. Manhattan is like anybody from any outer lying borough that tells you that they don't like Manhattan is full of crap, because all they do is wind up coming here anyway. I mean, if they could afford it, everybody would be here. So it's kind of one of those things, as long as they keep the rent high, we'll be all right.
Brooklyn Banks will always be the Brooklyn Banks, the big banks, baby.
It's definitely a place for every skater who makes it into New York City to go and hit.
That's a cool spot. It seems like people just meet up there and you know, just cruise the banks, or, you know, if they want to get gnarly, they can blast over the rail.
It's a lot rougher than it looks in video, and it's gnarly, dirty.
Pretty dirty. The little banks are gone, big banks are still good. They got ledges down there now. Too many BMXers.
Bikers go there a lot, like they're taking over.
It's pretty fun though. The ground's a little rough, but man up, we're all through it.
Skate 50 millimeters, you know. I hope you got the feather foot.
I ride 50 millimeter wheels, which is very weird here because the ground is not so smooth. To catch a frontside wall ride at the banks feels good.
Brooklyn Banks, come on. Brooklyn Banks, what do I got to say about the Brooklyn Banks? Jeff Peng.
The Brooklyn Banks is New York City's most legendary skate spot. There's amazing bank transitions. Now, unfortunately, the small banks, which is what we used to skate a lot more back in the 80s and 90s, is they converted it to something that's supposed to be kind of a garden, but now it's kind of a weed garden because it's not maintained. It's just a waste of a beautiful skate spot. But the big banks has now been converted into a skate park, thanks to Steve Rodriguez from Flyborough and all of his efforts.
Steve Rodriguez saved that spot. They were gonna get torn down, put tetherball courts and yoga mats. But Steve Rodriguez found out somehow and went to the city meetings, park department meetings, and pretty much saved the big banks. And now it's there for skating.
A shout out to Steve Rodriguez. He's definitely doing this thing out here in New York City, repping the banks for life.
I think first and foremost about the Brooklyn Banks is just like when you roll up on that spot, if you've been skating a while, it's just the history of the Brooklyn Banks. Like, you know you're skating someplace where there's so much skateboard history.
For anyone who's coming to visit New York, just expect to spend a lot of money if you're staying in hotels.
If you come to New York, expect to push around a lot and have fun doing it. Don't hate it, you know? It's fun to push around, going in and out of the cabs, traffic, everything, and then stop off all these different spots.
There's too many spots. You wake up in the morning, you don't even know where to skate because there's so many options.
Do your thing and make sure you don't skate too far out because you might get into a neighborhood and you don't know where you're at.
Expect the unexpected. It's random out here. Every day is something new, a new adventure, you know? So just come out here and keep an open mind.
That's the greatest thing about New York, man. It's just you can eat anything at any hour. The city never really sleeps. I mean, you know, you want to find all the dirt bags. They're at Max Fish getting drunk. You know, the Razzo brothers, big up.
Be able to skate with a hangover.
Everyone thinks that New York is threatening, but it's really not, man. It's a really good vibe once you get into the scene, with the whole skate crew. You see that everyone's just like family.
New York. Yeah. Concrete, feel the streets. New York. 5 boroughs, mad thorough. Upper East. Lower West. LI. Shaolin, Harlem, Brooklyn. Stay shookin'. Money making Manhattan. Crazy ass Queens.